Arise and shine, your light has come, the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. Once again, thank you for following this series, and please do us a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Today we'll be talking about overcoming the spirit of fear. What is fear? Fear is a primitive emotion that God gave us so that we can be able to keep us from danger. But the enemy over time has used it against us. Again, I have mentioned in former teaching that anything of a long continuance is an affliction. So let's say a car is driving your direction and you hear the squeaking of a wheel, and then you jump out of the road. That is fear working in your favor. It stopped you from danger. But coming down the same street the following day and no car is present and you still have fear, it means that the spirit of fear has stepped in to a one-time experience. But the Bible says in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love and power and a sound mind. How does love conquer fear? Love of God is the presence of abundance and the absence of lack. Let's say your children are so sure that they are going to have food today because they know that you love them and you're going to provide for them. And God is saying, if you love me and you know I'm your father, then you don't have to worry about the things that you worry about. Because the birds in the sky, they don't worry about what they're going to eat, how they're going to sleep. What's more of you that I made you in my own image? So love makes you know that your provision is guaranteed. And what is power therefore? How does power have to do with fear? Power is what the enemy takes from you. So fear is something that the enemy uses to paralyze your dreams, your thoughts, your visions, and then you lose momentum. A lot of people have stayed and stagnated. We've talked about the spirit of stagnancy. The spirit of stagnancy is the absence of a vision. So when your momentum reduces, your power reduces. But God is telling us that I have given you power to get the things that you want to do done. The spirit of fear is, again, as like I mentioned, is to reduce your focus. It breaks your focus. It makes you lose zeal for the things that you love very passionately. There's some things, if somebody asked you like 5 years ago, you're like, I had this dream, I wanted to accomplish this, I had this in mind, but look at the situation these days. So again, more than anything, our fear is our economic situation today and the pandemic that's going on. More than anything, the children of God are supposed to be thriving during this time. So it should not be a pattern. Once you put your mask in your face, you just keep going. You cannot be paralyzed by what you see. But you have to take precaution, but you cannot be paralyzed. That's what we are saying. Overcoming the spirit of fear. The same thing that the enemy uses against you is what you should use to work for yourself. I had an instance where some people would use social media to kind of talk back on me. But then look at me. I have this kind of message, yet it's the same platform that somebody can come and say, oh, this and that. No. I have a message. I have the word of power to give to the world. I cannot be limited by a few sentences or a few disease and stuff like that. So it's the same platform that you have to use to spread the gospel. David knew that there was a bully around called Goliath. Everybody was scared of him. But David said, no, I'm going to have to try this battle. And David went in and he challenged. If there was no Goliath, there will be no David. So the fear of the thing that we fear the most is what we should challenge the most. I had a situation where I used to pray like every midnight. I will pray. I will pray. I will pray. So one midnight, I was just sitting there. I saw some people just walk into my house. I said, what is this? They said they are the priests assigned for this area. And I'm disturbing their neighborhood with prayer. I said, get out. Go. To be honest, after that experience, I was terrified. I had to figure out whether I will continue this prayer or I should just stop, because, you know, sometimes you pray, you don't know what is ahead of you. And nobody tells you because they don't want to frighten you. Nobody tells you because they don't have that experience. You're following God. Following God is following God. There's nobody before you and God. It's God. So you have to keep pushing. Every time I'm flying a plane and I hear something strange, I'm like, I say, God, I have a message in my body. I have a message you have given me. I know the message is not out, so nothing can happen on this plane. It's as simple as that. The moment your fear kicks in, you start doing something opposite to it. I told us about deposit and withdrawal. The faith and the prayer that you put in is the faith that you need to counteract the fear in your life. This is not theory, guys. It's practical. Fear comes, you push faith. And you push faith. Why? Because you are so sure that God is going to back you up. That's how much love He says He has for us. That He's loved us like He loves Christ. He loves us like He loves Christ, guys. That means that take the risk, I catch you. I remember one time God told me, say, Prudence, I have told you to speak and enlighten the people. But fear, I had so much fear in me. And I heard Him say, I will back you up. Guys, it's a risk for me to come on social media and tell you that this is what works. Taking out fear and replacing faith in every area of your life is all you need. And I know that God is backing my words up like He told me He was going to do. It's as simple as that. So I challenge you today. Whatever it is that the enemy has paralyzed your momentum, I dare you today to arise and shine. Pick up that task that you so dread, that you so have fear for. Use the power and the love that God guarantees you that He's going to make it to come to pass. He said, 1,000 shall fall by your right hand, but nothing shall come near you. That's how much protection you have. God bless you. Don't break your focus. Fear, 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 fear. I listened to a Satanist, and he says that fear is what they use to destroy the children of God, to destroy the church. And I've come to tell you that fear nothing but fear itself, because fear has come to paralyze you. So stop fearing things that are not even real. What are you afraid of? I ask myself, what are you afraid of? You're afraid because I would just be afraid of, like, okay, if you minister, I've passed that place where I'm like, when will I fall or nothing? I can't. I've come too far to stop serving God. Nothing can separate me from the love of God. I know that for sure. Fear of what? The pandemic. What are you afraid of? I want you to take it today. Get it head on. You say, enough is enough. I'm not going to be paralyzed. I'm going to move forward. Once again, Arise and Shine. You can listen to our podcasts. I'm going to upload some prayers about overcoming fear. Do us a favor, like us on YouTube and subscribe. Thank you once again. Arise and shine. Your light has come. Landscaping your mind and cheerleading your dreams. Arise and shine.